because you don't need this person's validation, they might be feeling a little bit insecure right now. And what's effed up is you are out here like reaching for their attention and they're like, oh, this is messy. You have this open wound. You keep trying to fix it and make it better, but then you get a reminder of the disrespect, or there's actual disrespect playing out and you're like, I can't. Do you not see that you're the problem? Am I supposed to give grace or am I supposed to walk away? They keep ripping off a Band-Aid that you're like, okay, this is healing. And they're like, well, let me see. You look fine to me. You're like, but no, this is trying to heal. And like, I'm not okay. And they're like, well, let me see it. Let me see it. You are a resourceful person getting sidetracked with the stress of this, with the BS of this, or with this relationship in general. You guys are going to choose what that means to you. You are way too fly. You are way too amazing to be this stressed out. The power of your prayer is going to send demons flying, monitoring spirits flying. So whatever you be covering your prayers in, that needs to be amped up on 1000, because if you let the transits, this transition, this transformation that you're going through, if you let it get to you, it will suck up your whole existence. And you'll be like, how did I even get here? How did I even freaking get here? So please, please, please remember the power of your prayer. I made sure to pray before I started this message. And while I was doing that, motorcycles were going off. So it's just a big confirmation that we need to stay prayed up. These are crazy times. Whatever is going on in your life right now, you are not alone. Whatever is super frustrating to you and feels like an absolute pile-on, it's things that you haven't been recognizing or things that you haven't been dealing with. That is what you're getting ready to lay to rest. You're like, oh yeah, that one thing I haven't been dealing with. You might feel like you're in this procrastinating energy of, I don't really want to deal with that, but then something pops up and you have to deal with it, and then you explode instead of being more methodical. Things are just erupting. It's that type of energy where things are erupting if you are not getting things off of your chest. And then some of you might still be getting things off of your chest and still feel misunderstood. I feel like prayer and grace is going to be our best friends right now. But there is justice coming in. You guys could be feeling like you need to get to the bottom of something. And having to figure out, is this a conspiracy? Or is this what I'm actually going through? Is this something I need to give someone grace on? Or am I taking disrespect? Respect and loyalty are going to be big themes for you in the next 4 to 6 days, maybe 7 days. But in the next week, you are getting the clarity that you've been seeking. And it's either going to bring you closer to the people that you love, or it's going to tear it to shreds. And that is a terrible feeling. You feel like you and your loved ones are in this unnecessary pressure cooker, being provoked, being poked at, and antagonized. And you're like, why? I believe it's because you need to see if these relationships are what they are supposed to be, and if they're truly going to stand the test of time. So we have justice. Justice is coming to balance out the scales. You might have been praying for forgiveness because you maybe feel like your temper is on another level. There could be some type of hardship that you are trying to sort through, that maybe as you've given other people grace, you don't feel like they're giving you grace. And that could be so frustrating. Like, I've been giving everybody all the grace in the world, but maybe they don't remember it that way. Maybe they don't recollect it that way. And you just might be feeling really by yourself. So if you came across this message, if you came across this video, I hope you guys feel my healing energy and my love through the screen. You are not alone. I can feel your frustration. You are way too fly to be this stressed out. So I'm seeing you get the truth that you want and the clarity that you need to see if, do these people really stand on business like you've been doing? Or are you just held to an impossible standard? Are people committed to misunderstanding you? There's a lot of complications that have been simmering in the background that are not now boiling over. I keep getting the imagery of a pot boiling over, spilling over, and then having to run to the pot because it's like, oh, well, things have been simmering for a while, but now it's this chaos has to be addressed. This disrespect has to be addressed. The people making life harder than it needs to be, it all needs to be acknowledged. And that could be terrifying. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to acknowledge all the things that make this hard. And that's so frustrating when you know you're trying to explain something, but somebody's just not going to get it. Or they're not going to see it your way, or they're not going to believe you, so it's just not going to matter. It's that hopeless, is this relationship worth it? Is this family dynamic worth it? Is this job worth it? Remember, you are getting clarity so you can have peace. You are getting the truth. There is a veil being lifted, and you're having to see if what is behind the veil is pretty or it's terrifying. And I can feel like this anxiety, this anxiousness of, oh my gosh, like what is going to happen when we get to the truth of it all. Dang. What in the world? What in the world is going on? Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Your manifestations have been stabilized. They feel like they're coming in slow. They feel like they're trickling in, but it is for a reason. If you have the wrong people around you, whether it's family, a job, you're holding on to a job because you feel like you can't make money other ways, holding on to a relationship because you feel like you can't do better, whatever is bringing scarcity in your life is slowing down these pentacles, because you are only 1 pentacle away from your 10 of Pentacles, from your legacy. This is craziness. I feel like you guys have been crying a lot. Okay, whoever I'm speaking to, I feel like there is a certain time of day where you are crying, where you are spilling over, where you are boiling over with emotions. You might feel like you're going crazy. You are feeling really overwhelmed. You guys are definitely having issues at home or within your family, because you feel like there is something unleashed in your home or in your family dynamic or within your relationship, and you feel like you can't make it like simmer down. Okay, you've ran to the pot, it's bubbling over, you keep wiping it, but it's not like, it just keeps coming, and you're like, what type of effery is this? The people you're dealing with, they could have come from broken homes as well, toxic parents. You had a different hope. You were hoping for a different outcome. And to see this playing out, you're like, what is this? I'm way too good of a person. I'm way too good of a friend. I'm way too good of a son, a daughter, an employee to be dealing with this. Someone has been reckless with their words around you. Someone has been reckless with what they think you're capable of. They put a lot on your plate. And now that they're maybe realizing that you're bubbling to the surface and you're losing your ever-loving mind, they might be like, oh, let me help and let me fix this. And then, you know, while still making it your fault, you guys feel like you are scapegoated a lot. You know that you have your head on straight. You're also watching what people do, and you kind of just don't give an F right now. because whoever just disrespected you, you ain't letting that go. Especially when people don't let what you do go. Like you do something and you never hear the end of it. Yeah, your chariot's coming in. You guys are feeling alone. You're like, okay, I might be with somebody. I might be dating someone. I might have this job or have this family, but why do I feel like I'm the one out in the cold? These people might think you're delusional. You're not alone. You're not in the cold. I'm right here, but you know what you know and you feel what you feel. And if they don't understand it, that is what you're coming to terms with right now. And I'm seeing that you are going to be successful in the decision that you make. You guys might be, whoever I'm speaking to, you might be moving, buying a new car, relocating. You guys are so over something, you are ready to relocate. And this is something you really didn't want to leave, but this person that you're dealing with is a tyrant. And you can't get away from it. You can't get away from it and heal unless you shut it down. So, whoever this is to you, they don't realize they've caused the 3 of Swords. They are very arrogant. They have a lot of pride. They do a lot of things from the space of their ego. They care about other people's perspectives more than they'd like to admit. So you've been over here like you have this open wound. You keep trying to fix it and make it better, but then you get a reminder of the disrespect, or there's actual disrespect playing out, and you're like, I can't. Do you not see that you're the problem? So you're praying and rebuking and canceling and denouncing, and you're asking for God, you're asking for the Most High to get involved. I need help in this relationship. I need help at this job. I need help in this with these family members. I need to know, like, am I supposed to give grace or am I supposed to walk away? Because this is pretty serious, whatever this is. They keep ripping off a Band-Aid that you're like, okay, this is healing. And they're like, well, let me see. You look fine to me. You're like, but no, this is trying to heal. And like, I'm not okay. And they're like, well, let me see it. Let me see it. You guys, this is very childish. This energy is very irritating. Everyone's going to be high key in their emotions. I'm going to tell it to you guys straight. I'm going to tell it to you like, if you resonate with this channel, like, you know who you are and you stand for yours and you stand on yours. But you are not tolerating disrespect. And wherever, okay, that's how I should say it. Wherever you've been tolerating disrespect, it has been a growing seed. And that seed is saying, hello, I have sprouted. And it's something like dirty, and it's like a dirty little leaf sprouting and looking at you. Like, hello, remember you planted me a long time ago? You let that disrespect slide, and you let that disrespect slide, and you are going to hold people accountable right now. As much as it pains you, as much as it could tear a relationship apart, you are going to hold people accountable just as they do you. That is like so important for you to know. Because people are going to be making you the bad guy. They are going to be making you the bad guy. So you're turning your back like, I got to figure this out. Why is this okay? I wouldn't be allowed to do this. I wouldn't be allowed to do that. So why is it okay coming from this other person or this job or these family members? Wow. Someone you're dealing with is making you feel like you are mentally insane. Somebody you are dealing with is making you feel like you are not capable. You are mentally insane. You are hormonally imbalanced. Like they're making you feel wackadoodle Looney Tunes. And it's going to take everything in you to stay on topic with this person. They are really good at zigging and zagging and making you look like the bad guy and holding you to another standard. They have like a cycle of like how they do-si-do with you. And you might have to use this tactic against them. Like you might have to roll around in the mud with this person because you care about them. Figuring out if this is love worth fighting for, a family worth fighting for, or a job worth fighting for. I want you guys to comment down below what you feel like you're trying to fight for. Like, Brittany, I'm trying to fight for my relationship. Brittany, I'm trying to fight for my job. Brittany, I'm trying to fight for my family. And you feel like, I don't know, you really feel slighted, discombobulated. Like, how does this person on the other side not get it? Especially if they say they have love for you. If they have love for you, then they should have a deep respect for you. And if they're not respecting you, that's not love. Let's keep it a buck. People might feel like you're not the most affectionate person in certain ways, or in the ways that they would like. Your love languages are different. But one thing you stand firm on is how you show your love in the way that you know how. And I get, for a lot of you, it's respect. You work very hard to not say certain things, but you need to see who you're dealing with. The person that I am being shown is not innocent. And they are reliant on your forgiveness. I am getting the Queen of Cups in reverse. So they use your emotions against you to make you look crazy, to make you feel crazy all the damn time. You can't win. I'm getting the King of Swords in reverse, which is like the worst, the absolute worst. And I hope that you guys are not dealing with that type of you-know-what. I really hope that you're not, or you're trying to get away from it. But it is the most toxic, to me, card in the deck. You hear that? That means that person is physically and verbally and all of the above. That didn't come out, but it's trying to pop out. So maybe you're looking at this person like, are you really that way? Or are you this way? I'm getting that maybe they want to come off tough like that, but they know that you're not scared of them in that way. They more twist your words and your emotions and how they recollect things, and that could drive you absolutely mad. Okay, I know this message sounds really specific, but the way that these transits are going, it's going to make sense for some of you. Okay, it is going to make sense for somebody here. You feel like you just keep you're getting it from all ends. You might feel like you're really crappy at defending yourself right now. Something you maybe are really good at. You just feel like these walls that you have up are breaking down. Okay. And maybe because you have a looser tongue than normal, people are like scared. Like, well, what's wrong with them? They never talk to me that way. Well, shit's getting a little crazy. Okay, things are getting crazier than before because you are losing hope on certain relationships moving forward. The hope that you had before is not moving the same way. I wanted to like pause it for a minute so I could get out a different deck for you guys. I'm getting a lot about communication problems that you're trying to sort. It's not making it easy that we're going into Mercury, you know what, but dang, are you trying? You're trying with everything that you have. So remember to use a lot of that for prayer. Okay, I want to say a prayer for the collective right now. Heavenly Father, please watch over the collective as they manage these relationships and these people that they care about, as they try to figure out how to navigate what is frustrating and what has been swept under the rug. Heavenly Father, please watch over the collective as in my earth angels and those that are chosen and my light workers, those that are just really trying to get it up out of the mud right now. I ask that you cover them in your white light and Archangel Michael that no weapons formed against them shall prosper. I pray that they get the clarity and the peace that they need, and that they find the words that they need. I pray that they get peace. And I say these things humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. I felt strongly like I needed to say another prayer. There's a lot about distractions coming in. Okay? There's a lot about the devil using distractions as you are trying to sort things out with people and as you are trying to pray. So when you know that you're really going through it, make sure that you are staying on top of that prayer, because the devil is using different tools to like get you to not even like to forget and then not pray and then to go about your day. And you send demons flying with your prayer. Okay? Yeah. Your angels want an encore when you're praying. When you guys pray, let me zoom in real quick. When you guys pray with so much faith and earnest, I don't know if I'm saying that right. When you guys pray with conviction, you send the demons flying, and your angels are like, yes, yes. Look at them run. Look at them run. Look at them go. But yeah, devil energy is trying to distract you from the power of prayer, because you know that you need it right now. You know that you need it right now. I have a friend that's going through relationship issues, and I'm like, prayer, 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 prayer. I'm hearing that song, You Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story, Heart on Their Sleeve. Somebody is wearing their heart on their sleeve. You might feel like this relationship's on thin ice. They might be trying to make you feel like you're skating on thin ice. Empty promises. You guys are having to look at things you really don't like looking at. So if you've been working through shadow aspects, you are looking at shadow aspects of a relationship. Okay, so you've been going through your own metamorphosis, you've been going through your own transformation, but you are having to look at what are the shadow aspects of this relationship. Doesn't get handled, doesn't get dealt with properly, sometimes gets swept under the rug, and then we gaslight each other like it's fine. Let's move on to the next day. There is no way for you to hide how you feel right now. You guys could be feeling brokenhearted and just, okay, I have been working on healing myself, and there's this wound that I'm trying to finish healing. They keep ripping off the Band-Aid, and now you got to look at like what's wrong in your guys' connection. So this connection, you are looking at where they don't applaud you, where they don't listen, where there's a breakdown in communication, where they don't follow through on their promises. Something about accountability. Okay, you have to take all the accountability in the world, but for some reason, like they don't have to be that much accountable. Like how is that fair? Skating on thin ice. I knew this was going to pop out. These empty, janky communication, breakdown in communication, all of that is on thin ice, and you know that it is. That's why things are bubbling over, because you're like, okay, we have to look at this. We have to look at this. I'm not okay. You're not okay. Okay, so let's talk about why we're not okay. But somebody doesn't want to listen to you. They want it to be somebody else's fault. So let me get into what I'm channeling. This person thinks that you're laughing about them behind their back. And you think that they're laughing about you behind your back. Like you guys are both thinking the same thing. Okay? You guys are both thinking like, okay, what if they're making fun of me? Because you guys have been saying things that cut deep. Like your guys' words break bones. And you're going to be using them for prayer. But something is making you feel like, are they making fun of me? And you're not trying to make fun of this person. You guys could be trying to get clarification. You guys might have started going to therapy or trying to talk to somebody. Maybe you guys don't normally talk to other people about your problems, but You're just feeling really alone, or you're not feeling seen. You know, like Avatar, where they're like, I see you. This is somebody that normally sees you, but right now they don't. You might normally have like telepathy with them, and right now they don't. They are using it for their betterment. They are using it for evil almost. Does that make sense? It's like knowing damn well you don't have ill intentions, knowing that if you did something that they didn't really like, that you did it for a reason, and instead of them getting to the bottom of what that was, they're like using their telepathy for something not great, to make assumptions that are very hurtful. Wow. Dismissive. That is the perfect word. You might be trying to take them down memory lane of things that have been unfolding in the last week. But they like to take you down memory lane of the last decade, or the last few years, or the last few months. So it's like tit for tat. Anytime you bring something up, they're like, they have to bring up something that makes you the bad guy again. And anytime you're getting good news nowadays, they're very dismissive of that. I don't like that. So let's say, yeah, like you're getting good news and they're dismissive because they don't like your behavior right now. And your behavior is the result of their disrespect. Your behavior is the result of them being dismissive, of them ripping off the Band-Aid every 2 seconds. Are you good? Are you good? Are you good? Oh, you're not good. Why are you not good? This person always needs somebody to blame. So you're over here working through shadow aspects and they're like laughing like you haven't worked on anything. They're making you feel like you haven't really done the work, that you're not a good person, because they don't want to take a trip down memory lane where they're maybe not the hero in this storyline, where they're not the good guy in this storyline. The person that you are dealing with is never usually in the wrong. So let's say this is a relationship with a loved one, or your connection, the person on your mind. Maybe normally when you guys are fighting, you're in the wrong. But right now they're in the wrong and you're not feeling supported. Like, just an example. They're still making you the bad guy. Okay. So this is something that's been bothering you. You get good news or resolution in a situation that's been bothering you. I'm trying to think of some examples. Let's say you guys were having some issues at work, but you always have issues at work. And now you've gotten those issues resolved. So you come home and you're like, oh my gosh, I got those issues resolved. I'm so grateful. And they're like, yeah, that's great. That's great. Because what? They still have issues at their job, for example. So you're dealing with your issues, and maybe they're normally more supportive, but at this time they feel slighted by you and you feel slighted by them times 10. Yeah, they're ready to go to W with you, like to fight, to battle. They're ready to go to battle with you. And you're like, you're not ready to exhaust me in that capacity. You are not ready to exhaust me in that capacity, because I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve. I'm being absolutely vulnerable right now. This is how I feel. But this person is not accepting what you're telling them. You're like, hey, I feel alone right now. Hey, I don't feel great right now. Hey, I don't like this disrespect. And they're not hearing it. That it has to be something else or somebody else's fault. They are very dismissive of anything that you're saying. So this is very frustrating. Holy macaroni. The person on your mind, or the person that you're dealing with, they could have loved ones that they care about, and the card rolling in their grave is trying to pop out. And I don't want to say that in a bad way, like they're pissing off their ancestors, but whoever this is to you, the people that look out for them are disappointed. I'm just gonna say that because I don't want to I don't want to get too far into that, but you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Like, you know how our ancestors, they watch over us. They could be our guardian angel. They are feeling some type of way about how they're treating you. They could be disappointed in their behavior. That's heartbreaking. And I don't think, look, intense shadow work, because they need to do intense shadow work. Part of the reason some of these things are bubbling to the surface is because they need to deal with the shadow aspect and they refuse. They really don't want to. They really don't want to look at it. I'm not dismissive. I'm not disrespectful. I'm not passive aggressive. I'm the good girl, or I'm the good guy. But they do give a lot of F's about what their angels or ancestors would think about them in general. So they need to stand on that. So let's say you are the one that's normally, you know, the villain in the relationship, but how they're acting is not model behavior. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So they're doing all of this, and you're normally the bad guy, but how they're acting is not model behavior for a union, for this connection. Intense shadow work. This person's haunted by the past. They're always trying to bring the past into the future, and you're like, I don't have time for that. I got enough problems. I don't have time for that. I got enough problems. Oh my gosh. Okay. Resourceful. Let me clarify that. You guys are realizing that you are very resourceful. So you've been doing a lot of building and growing, and maybe this person has sidetracked you and you're having to admit that. This is breaking my heart to channel this energy. It is literally gonna make me cry. You are a resourceful person getting sidetracked with the stress of this, with the BS of this, or with this relationship in general. You guys are going to choose what that means to you. Like, am I getting sidetracked in general, or am I getting sidetracked right now? Set up to fail. Somebody, when you're communicating with them, they set you up to fail from the jump. From the jump. So it could be a situation where if you are standing up for yourself, you must have learned that from somewhere. If you are standing up for yourself, there must be a new influence. You must have a new friend or a new buddy at work. You guys know what I'm talking about when it can't ever be your idea that you're standing up for yourself. It can't ever be your idea that you're unhappy or that you don't want to stand for whatever this is. It just can't be your idea. It has to be something you saw on a TV show, or something that you saw an influencer say, or somebody new that you're watching, or a new friend. It can't be the fact that you are wearing your heart on your sleeve and that you're actually like upset. So you don't know what's upsetting you more, but that is setting you up to fail. We have starving for attention. This person loves attention and validation from you, but at the same time, like, there is something that takes precedence in this relationship where you need their attention. You're like, I'm not trying to, because you don't need this person's validation, they might be feeling a little bit insecure right now. And what's effed up is you are out here like reaching for their attention, and they're like, oh. So it's just this is messy. You're just like, I just don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do. Okay. Somebody could be dragging their feet to propose to you or to commit to you. Oh my gosh, it's starting to rain. You guys hear that rain? I got an umbrella, so I gotta mess up my hair when I go out there. When I go outside. Okay. Somebody could be dragging their feet to commit to you. Like, they said they were going to propose. They said that they were going to get married. They said they wanted to marry you, but now they're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know who the frick you guys are dealing with, but you're getting the blame. Like, no matter what. It doesn't matter. Like, that's what's like blowing me away. No matter what, it's your fault. If you get disrespected by someone that they love, like let's say their mom disrespects you, it's your fault. It's not the mother-in-law's fault, it's your fault. Let's say they disrespect you, it's not their fault, it's your fault. This is the type of time I'm talking about. So with these transits and these eclipses, it's all of these emotions are swelling. They're not just swelling, they're boiling. They're not just boiling, they're just spilling over. Are you picking up what I'm saying? These emotions that you feel are swelling. Now they're boiling. Now they're spilling over. It's a whole situation. Holding grudges. You know that ish is hitting the fan because you can't hold a grudge to save your life. But you're not tolerating disrespect. Let's be so for real. You're like, I don't like holding grudges, and I'm not trying to, but you're not going to treat me that way. You're not going to talk to me that way and then be like, JK, hee hee, LOL. We ain't LOLing. We are not LOLing. There is no LOL right now, okay? There's no LOL right now. Hostile workplace environment. So for some of you, this could be your job. But I know you guys will know where to put it. Okay, you've been watching the video. You guys know. So for some of you, it's your relationship. For some of you, it's your job. For some of you, that it's family. But this environment, whether it's work, family, or love, it's becoming hostile. Because you can get heated and you can take it to here, but you don't like taking it to there when you've done all this work. You feel like you have to roll around in the dirt. No matter what, I'm getting you guys are going to bounce back. That might not be what you want to hear, but I'm getting you got more than 9 lives. No matter what is going on, you are going to be okay. And you know that. Look, doormat energy. They want you to be the doormat. Well, I used to make fun of you and you let that go, so let it go. Well, I used to talk shit out of the side of my neck and you used to let it go, so let it go. Well, you used to let me cut your shifts and your hours and not give you overtime, so let it go. Well, this ain't yesterday. This ain't yesterday. This is not yesterday. The type of transits we're moving into is tantrum. Not tantric. Tantrum. This is like, I'm so mad. F everybody. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. It's just too much. It's too much. So I know that you guys are feeling some type of way. Like, I do so much. I do so much. So this could be somebody expecting you to tolerate disrespect, even though you do like everything, this, that, and the third, and you could be a 50-50 partner. Somebody expecting you to take disrespect, even though you do everybody's job at work and you've got like 5 job codes and you don't get any of the pay. It's like everyone in the family expecting you to be the scapegoat for forever and all time. And it's just, we're over that. We're over that. You guys are about to get so mad, like veins are going to be bulging. Veins are going to be bulging. This isn't even supposed to be in here. The Empress. You feel like you can't see abundance when they're around you. You guys hear that? You feel like you can't feel abundance when they're around you. Like, you kind of feel like you should shrug, or, you know, like you should slouch down a little bit. And like, there's a weight around you that you guys are getting ready to shift. We have opportunities await, or you can deal with this witch hunt. When you're around this person, just like I told you, it doesn't matter if it's the job, the family, or the lover. It's always somebody's fault. And they're always looking to blame you. You're the number one person that they blame. They don't take any accountability. It ain't never their fault. This is what bothers me. This person's never wrong. Rarely. It's got to be once in a blue moon for them to be wrong and for them to take accountability. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Opportunities await. But you're over here like, oh my gosh, like it wasn't me. I'm so sick of this. And they're just like wanting you to miss these opportunities. And then as you still get the opportunities, they're dismissive of you. Ugh. Okay. Somebody's been being real fake with you. Somebody's been being really fake with you. You have spiritual support coming in, so pray for it. Your guys' advice is to pray for the spiritual support that you deserve. I'm being so for real. Pray for the spiritual support that you freaking deserve. Okay. I'm going to see if I get anything else. Oh my gosh, you guys are making such a mess. Anything else for my earth angels? This energy just sucks. Like, you know that you're okay. And right now, you're really okay without these people. So let me be clear. You care about these people and you're trying to get resolution, but like, you're really at peace when they're not buzzing around you. That's a big red flag for you right now. Dang. Anything else for the collective? We have the Hierophant. Your integrity and your beliefs are everything, and you are being tested to stand on that right now. As much as that pains you. Dang. Three of Pentacles. Why would somebody get mad if you had help? Why would somebody get mad if you got help or assistance or love? Why would they be upset about that? So this reminds me of my mother not wanting me to get love from other people. Because if I got love from other people, she automatically assumed it was because I was dogging her or talking crap about her. She automatically assumed like, okay, well, if they're loving on her like that, it can't just be because of that. It has to be because she's saying stuff about me and she's vilifying me and she's making me the bad guy. Wow. So that could be what this person is doing. Like, oh, somebody wants to be your friend. Oh, somebody wants to be your ally. Oh, somebody wants to be nice to you. Oh, it has to be because you're dogging me out. Trust is a big factor here. We have the Ace of Swords. You guys are, even though you feel like you're not great at communicating right now and you feel like you're getting distracted easily, you guys are about to go through a big breakthrough in the way that you communicate, even though you feel like you're not great at communicating right now. And people are really disappointed with how you're standing up for yourself. Like, what is wrong with everybody right now? Why did these many transits have to be happening at once? But here we are. People have become very competitive with you. You're like, I don't want to compete. I'm trying to resolve this. I don't want to compete. You guys could be dealing with a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. They don't like the fact that you're an Emperor. You're an Emperor. You stand on business. You're always having to like do things, but you don't want to be the Emperor all the time. You want to be the Empress. And they're not listening. Somebody here is not listening to that. Wow. Yeah, Queen of Wands. You are having to, yeah, the Lovers. You're really looking at your relationships right now. If you guys didn't see my last message about all of the contracts that you're dealing with being renegotiated, you need to watch that message. It was called You're Too Hot to Handle. I can't remember the rest. You're too hot to handle. The mask is off. And yeah, just look for the last message. You're too hot to handle. I'd link it above, but I know I'll forget. But I'll try to remember to link that video above. But yeah, we have the Lovers here. You're looking at all of these. Is this a soul contract or is this karmic? Has it been karmic the whole time and I didn't even know? Like, that's how you're looking at things. Like, what in the world? So you're having to get this strength from somewhere so deep inside of you that you are absolutely exhausted. Okay, you're exhausted. Having to go down memory lane and yeah. You're trying to change somebody's perspective. Like, I'm trying to show you what this is about, but you're not hearing me. You're not listening to me. And so you're trying to get the words out because you don't want this lesson to be incomplete. You don't want this to go back under the rug for it to boil up for another season. You're like, I can't. That this person will have you spiraling and bankrupt and just, it's a disaster that you've been trying to avoid. But now you're having to like really look at something because of whatever issues have come to the surface. You're having to look at this relationship and you're having to deal with it. So it's like a shadow aspect or something that doesn't work in a union, something that doesn't work at a job, something that you have to sort out that is bubbling up, and you are too fly. Okay, you are way too fly to be stressed out. You feel me? You guys have a connection with people. People are very drawn to you, attracted to you. You guys are going to be meeting a lot of new people. You might not even really want to, but that's just who you guys are. And as these people are drawn to you, you're trying to heal from this. You're like, I'm battered, tattered, tired. I'm exhausted. How did I miss these red flags? Like, what is going on? You feel like there's just cups all over the place. You know that God is not the author of confusion, so you're really trying to get things sorted, but I'm getting that you will be triumphant. You're way too fly to not be victorious. You see this? You guys are intuitive. You are loving. You are caring. You are daring. You are kind. And someone here is always turning your happiness upside down because of whatever they want from you. Okay, Ace of Wands. You're going to be switching up the way that you take action. And maybe it's scaring some people. Maybe it's, you know, low-key terrifying them. But you've been isolating yourself. There's something that you've been going through where you've been internalizing and isolating. And you're like, I can't do it anymore. I cannot bottle this up anymore. Oops. Let me not lose these. Yeah. You're coming in swords blazing. You're like, I might not know what I'm doing for real. But I'm going to get my point across. I don't care if I lose my voice. I don't care if I faint from exhaustion. I don't care if I break out into a sweat. I'm gonna get this off my chest. I am going to get this off of my chest. You feel me? So yeah, it's really making them curious about like what's going on with you. And this is something that's always been going on with you. This is something that's always been bothering you. That's what people really need to understand too, is this is something that this isn't new. This isn't in a book. It's not a new ally. It's not a new thing. This is something that's always been an issue. This is something that's always getting put under the rug. This is something that has to be dealt with. And it's something, it's you being held to an impossible standard that is not realistic, that is not favorable to you. So whoever's dealing with you in this capacity or in this way, like, it's just, you're like, I'm not going to let this person just take me for a ride, make me be the doormat, like just age me. Caught out there. They feel caught. Maybe they're going to come around. Okay, you caught their hand in the cookie jar. You've been very cautious. And they're having to look at their scarce mentality. They're having to look at the way that they look at things. Does that make sense? They're having to look at their perspective. Like, maybe they're right. Maybe they're, you know. So you guys are people's lesson. Okay, you feel me? You guys are you're a valuable lesson for people out here that they need to be like aware of. You're the walking tower. You're karma. Okay, you are karma. Remember I think the first card we got for you. Yeah, the first card we got for you guys was justice. Don't forget your prayers, you guys. You send the demons flying. Pray for what you deserve, for what you want, what you need aid and support with. And yeah, I love you guys so, so much. And I'm praying for all of us. If you guys do me a favor and pray for me as well, I feel like we can all use each other's prayers. When we pray in a group with conviction for each other, that can really shift things. And even though these planets are doing whatever they're doing and our transformations are doing what they're doing, our prayers together can help aid that. So I will be praying for you guys if you'll pray for me as well. And I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to smash the you-know-what. Hit the bell. You guys do not want to miss out. If you made it to the end of this message, drop the scales. Okay? Because justice is here. You feel me? Okay. I love you guys. Bye.